Y'all want to come? Y'all can have a great time. Come to Vision Manayunk, where your vision can come to life.
Woo! Freestyling.
Let's go.
They wanna do nothing, so we doing extra. Finna cover the spectrum. RPX a community of intellectuals, and the knowledge protects us. So we live in recession proof. You and your phone taking pictures. I put mine to better use, cause there's only one option. I'd rather be stuck using option, not being a vegetable stuck. Scrolling, careful about what I'm liking and posting. Knocking down every single door closing. Claiming conservative when I approach them. Listen, I wake up and go to work executing my ideas. Fico want me in the Prius, but when you driving, you don't see us. Tinted all black, supercharged. I defeated my old self. I ain't need it, start with your mindset. Look, my brain is a nuclear bomb threat. Life will push on your button and detonate. You take control, you won't get that time back. If you slacking, they eating your lunch, but I'm working, beat you to the punch. I ain't showing up late cause I'm early, locking into whatever secure me. So the property, many car fleet, cause my credit right, now we all eat. Used to play the bench, switch ball teams. If he missed a shot, I'm Charles Barkley. Rebound, I was blind, I can see now. Now they wanna see how to make their money repow. Sign up, join the chapter, no going backwards. We live in poverty, so it's no doubt about it. We waste our money on lotteries, so it's no doubt about it. We so much policy robbery, so it's no doubt about it. We needed turquoise, needed Marcus. Now my darkest days are behind me. We live in poverty, so it's no doubt about it. We waste our money on lotteries, so it's no doubt about it. We so much policy robbery, so it's no doubt about it. We needed turquoise, needed Marcus. Now my darkest days are behind me.
Turquoise and Marcus, like Coretta Scott and Martin. They ain't let us in, so we barged in, and I bet on me, I'm all in. And Matty J told me run the place, so now I got them boxed in. Thought there was no way out, not show me I got options, so I'm locked in. And when the beat drop, I'm dropping heat for sure. Though might get a whip from Swap Police and throw that thing on Toro. Recession proof, don't just give you the sauce, dog. They give you the recipe, so when opportunity come knocking, it's open sesame. And currently we in a state of emergency, so it's not enough currency, so we need to fix urgently. And I was financially limited, now I ain't financially literate, and I ain't financially killing it. So what you're witnessing is back excellence, and this is my testament.
We live in
All right, everybody, thank you for coming out. Tonight's all about you. Y'all making this night very special to all of us. On behalf of recession-proof earners, we'll be getting started in the next 15 minutes. We'll be opening up the food by 7:45.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming.
She wanna play with a scammer. He got the guns, the hammers, switches, clips, bananas. She never been to Atlanta, but is it worth taking them chances? We do it different, random. Real estate with no damage. RBEGC, no bandit. I had to Ford, the Benz, the Volvo. It could be yours, just call me tomorrow. I got the game like Gillian Wallow. This ain't a dream, this really what I know. Yeah, just picture you covered in money like Pablo, but you can keep your eyes closed, no 5-0. Pull up the day we swiping. 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 She bad, she want me to fund it. He mad, he wanna get funded. She bad, she want me to fund it. He mad, he wanna get funded. Pull up the day we swiping. 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 Just swipe. Just swipe. Just swipe. Just swipe. Get it back for your LLC. 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 Everything legal. When you get it, it feel like a crime, no. If you stay on your grind, no. 6 figures, you're making no time, no. You know you gotta pay it back, buy your asset. Not a bad bet, it'll flip your money, you can cash that. Then recycle that and get a bag back,
She wanna play with the scammers. He got the guns, the hammers. She wanna play with the players. She never been to Vegas. She wanna take them trips, but is it worth taking a risk? She bugging. Say less. Got the Amex Paydex business funded. Delta Amex and the free flights. Capital One, y'all with the free nights. Cash back rewards, free swipes. Get paid every time we swipe. in my bio, yup, hit the button, Amex, Paydex, business funded.
Pull up the day we swipe it. 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 All you need is an EIN to give you OPL. Did you catch the gym? All you need is an EIN to give you OPL. Did you catch the gym? All you need is an EIN to give you OPL. Did you catch the gym? All you need is an EIN to give you OPL. Did you catch the gym? Just right. 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 Just right.
I was big, man. My son, he was 21. He opened up his barbershop the day I retired. So that was legacy. That was the whole legacy. And so right now, I'm focusing on all digital products as well as some things that I can do that's passive, man. So we got this event space right here. This is one of my passive businesses. I linked up with the RPE community, man. So putting that financial literacy behind my peoples and making sure that I teach this to the youth. But I also operate a junior barber academy, which is an academy where I teach children. My core of it is barbering. But for real, I'm teaching them about financial literacy and entrepreneurship. I'm teaching them how to be just like a lot of y'all. Like to grow up and have that mindset that they want to do something different than what their peers are doing. You know what I mean? And so one of my programs is inside of the PJC, which is the youth prison right here in Philadelphia. And that's where I really make the biggest impact. Unfortunately, I can't put none of that on social media, so I don't have no pictures, no videos, or nothing. But I'm in there twice a week doing the work with a lot of young men that made crazy decisions. It's 200 young men. And I'm in there affecting their lives. So some of the things I get from y'all guys following y'all on social media is picking the little different parts from what y'all guys are posting. I take that inside that prison and I talk to them about all that stuff, man. And I'm hoping that I can shape their minds as they come out, that they can have like a way to funnel into what Jose said, which is into a mentorship program. So I'm tapping in like, yo, youngin', make sure you get with me. And I'm heavy on social media because that's where they at. And then I'm like, yo, man, hit me in the DM because when you get out of this joint, I'm going to make sure I put you with the right person because it might not be me. You know what I mean? I did what I could do behind that wall, but now we got to do something different and bigger. So that's my mission, man. And I also take my program to other various countries as well. One of the continents that I was able to make the hugest impact was Africa. I was able to go to East Africa and help out orphanage over there called One Day Yes. Well, we got 36 children that I'm teaching over there how to read English because I wrote a children's book. And they can identify with that children's book and I'm teaching them to read English through that. Then I go down to South Africa, which is in Johannesburg, a little ghetto called Soweto. It's over there where Nelson Mandela was born and raised at. And I go down there and I got 47 students down there. I teach them how to cut hair. I also service the students, man, boys and girls. I read them my children's book as well. And that's where I'm putting a lot of my energy at. And I even bought land over in Africa too. So we're gonna be building this year. I'm hoping I can wipe y'all out, man. So that's a little bit about myself. And from here on out, we're gonna pass it over.
Wait, drop your grams. What's your name? How they follow you, bro?
So my name is P. Michael Boone. On all social platforms, it's just P. Michael. So on Instagram, I'm real heavy on that. YouTube and Facebook as well. Yep. Thank y'all guys. Thanks for having me.
Credit, I don't be swiping no debit. Lessons, take what I tell you as blessings. Yeah.
Everything we're saying, but stop applying for new credit. New credit lowers the age of your credit score. It lowers the age of your credit. If you look on your credit profile, there's something where this like the age of your credit, where it takes all your credit accounts and adds it up and divides it, and that gives you your average credit score age. So every time you have a new account, that actually drops your score.
And that was that 10% that we seen that little body over there. You know, the 5 parts of the hands, feet, head, nose. That makes 10% of it. Pay your utilization down under 30%. Remember, that was the 30% of the body. So we recommend, we try
Ideally, 10%.
10%. And that's where your score can go up. 30%, just keep it regular. It don't go up, it don't go down. But if you get it underneath 10%, and I'm gonna give y'all a little hack real quick. Get a large, keep this information in here, a large trade line. Get a 50K trade line. So if y'all out here saying my credit fucked up because I got all this utilization, get a large trade line, 50 to 100K, chop it halfway down. Halfway down.
We got question.
Go ahead, King.
Trade line. Where you get it from?
We can talk to you after we get out here about that.
Well, that's a private conversation.
Private conversation.
Also, what affects your credit score is closing accounts. If you have an account that's old and has age, closing it hurts your score because again, that lowers your credit age. So you definitely don't want to close any accounts if you don't have to.
Where are they going to end as a result of working with you? That's called a success path. It's a program called 12 Steps, right? It's 12 steps. You start at 1, you go to 2, 3. That's how y'all need to create. So when you sit down with someone like me, it might be like, you know, I go through a process, we learn your story of transformation, where you start, where you end, and you might end up with 7 steps. So you have step A, they start here. Then I'm gonna have them to do this. Then they go to step 2. Have them go here. Then they go to step 3. So that way when people come to you, it's not like, hey girl, we just gonna hop on the phone and we just gonna talk. No, I have a program. It's a 7-step program. This is what it entails. And it's a program, so I don't charge you by the hour. I have a program. I know what the outcome is going to be, so I'm going to charge you $5,000.
Right.
But as long as y'all doing this piecemeal, you'll never get there. So let me wrap this up. So what you're going to do, I want you to start, remember you said that people ask you questions. Start thinking of those questions. Then put those questions into a sequence like, if they start here, what's the next step? What's the let them evolve with your programs. And remember, we're not putting everything into one program. So then you might find when they start here, they really need 1, 2, and 3. That's my intro product. Let them get some results. Then you create what's called a repeat customer, okay? So if they went through 1, 2, 3, and you know what 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are, you can now offer them. You sold them 1, 2, 3. You can now offer them 4, 5, and 6. They trust you now. They want to pay you now, right? Then after that, you graduate. You move them up to 8, 9, and 10. And then the further up they go, the further your ladder they go, you can charge them more money. Why? Because you're going more in depth with them. See how Tommy was giving you the sauce, and they're like, well, how I. That's the next step. And it's going to require more of your time. So that is like 2 ways that I say, so don't just say, hey, I can help you create a system. Take the time to learn what your system is. That's what's going to make you unique. So I just answered, when should you turn your knowledge to a product and how to create it. Work backwards. Start with a purple one. Remember I said, if you have to know where your clients started, most of you will be attracting people who are dealing with the problems that you've overcome. You're going to be attracting the people who are dealing with the problems that you've overcome. So when you write your social media, you need to tap into that. You know she listening to Mary J. Blige. Why? Because when I was broke and hurt, I was listening to Mary J. Blige, right? So when you quote that, you'll be like, oh, I was listening to Mary last night, right? So then you want to, where did you start? The problem with too many people, y'all get too like sedity, like, oh, I've overcome that. You know, you get too proud. No, you got to be vulnerable. You got to tell what broke you down. You got to tell when you got played. You got to tell when you were broke. You have to tell when you were depressed. Because you need to reach people. So I got to get to the point that I made it because, okay, let's take an example. I always say Joel Osteen versus T.D. Jakes. I like Joel Osteen. He serves a purpose when I need to feel real good about the Lord and what he's doing, and I can do anything. But sometimes I need to be like, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, right? So Joel Osteen, he's for a certain type, and T.D. Jakes is for a certain type, right? So where did they start? Y'all got to be more vulnerable, be more open, and learn how to tell your story purposely, right? Then what caused you to change? What was the turning point for you? Did you get in a car wreck? Did you almost lose your life? was it deep heartbreak? Did you almost die? Did you get fired? What was it that made you turn around? That's your turning point. You have to speak to that because it's like a story, right?
Recession right
It's
here.
a story.
I know this goes 5K right here.
So, okay, what caused you to change? Then what steps? Didn't I talk about a system? What steps did you take to change your life? Because the steps that you took to change your life is now going to be the program that you create in this cell.
Masterclass.
Did y'all follow that? Y'all gotta understand. What steps did you take? Did you start journaling? Did you start like getting people out of your life who was no good for you? Did you have to learn how to forgive your mother? Did you have to forgive yourself? Write those steps down because they become your program that you sell. And then that becomes part of your story. So the steps you took to be successful, and then we need to see evidence that it works. So we need to see the evidence, the social proof.
Yeah,
so are you thinner? Are you
about.
healthier? Are you happier?
Yeah. Your credit score was
your
jacked
credit
up.
score.
Show that old car that was beat up with the panel.
So that's how you-
the door panel messed up.
That's how
Show
you
that new
begin
car.
to write your brand story. Those are the steps that are involved.
I'm gonna give you a pro tip, y'all. I'm all about high level pro tips, man. So here's one though, like really you need to figure out your customer persona and write that word down. And how you figure out your customer persona, some of the customer persona, what Shalee was telling you about, is yourself. But when you Google what a customer persona is, it's a list of questions. What ethnicity is this person you trying to serve? What age are they? How much do they make? What problems do they have? Like she just mentioned, right? So these are all pro tips. You can Google customer persona, start filling it out, and what I want you to do is, y'all heard of ChatGPT, right? Raise your hand, you heard of ChatGPT. So put the customer persona in ChatGPT and say, here's a power bar.
Power bar.
Listen, say to ChatGPT, based on this customer persona that I'm giving you, how does this person look? Now they're gonna give you like an image description. Then this one called, what is it called? I gotta send it to y'all. It's called, Midjourney. Midjourney.io. You put that image, that text image inside of Midjourney, it's gonna spit you out a picture. And it's gonna show you the person that you need to be talking to. So I got a picture of my customer, and I go down the Grand right now looking for him. I found I'm like, all I have to do is start his DM. He's the exact person that I'm trying to target with my product. Why? Because I'm the product. What I lived and what I did is the product. So that's a pro bar, man.
Y'all taking notes? All right, so how do we establish authority in that?
That's good. So remember I told y'all guys, man, I've been a barber for 32 years. Like if I never told you I was a barber for 32 years, you wouldn't have known that. And so that right there puts authority, put a little speck on your name. You know what I mean? So you gotta go out there and promote yourself, man. Like you gotta be out there. Remember I told you like Instagram is the new streets. Unfortunately, I come from where the real streets at, but Instagram the new streets where you gotta go out there and set the tone of what's going on there. Because if you don't do it, somebody else is. There's a bunch of fake and phony people out there promoting themselves and saying they this and they that. Meanwhile, all the people that's really that, not even on the gram. I bumped into a homie of mine years later, like a couple months ago, and he was like, yeah, P, you know I ain't on the gram. That's his first line he hit me with. I'm like, what you trying to tell me, bro? Like, that don't make you sound cooler because you don't have an Instagram page. That was the first thing he said before he started talking to me. Right. And I'm in my head thinking, where we going with the story? Right. But listen, no, you do need a gram. And you ain't got to be on the gram as your personal self if you don't feel like that. Go on there as a business. And start posting those pictures and posting those journeys and start talking about how much work you really did. Because y'all are gurus at what y'all do. Trust me, y'all done lived through some stuff that people just probably couldn't even halfway walk in your shoes. But if you don't talk about it, it ain't nobody gonna know. Because we probably feel so, like we don't want to brag. Like, come on, man. But if you gotta promote yourself, that's how you establish that brand authority. Like, yo, I'm a barber. I said I'm a barber. I'm gonna give you some of these Polaroid pics from back in '96 when I took them shots. And them shows were sharp back then, and they sharp now. And I'm gonna be the brand authority. Like, yo, I'm that boy that's gonna teach your kid how to cut hair. Why? Because I was that kid one day. I was that 12-year-old that went through the struggle. I was him, and I'm gonna talk about that all throughout my whole context of social media. I'm gonna keep bringing it back to the top because there's gonna be people that's gonna start following me probably 3 months from now, and you have to bring that story back to the top. and show that story all over again. Even though it's gonna sound corny and redundant, you're gonna have to start talking about it again. Just in case if y'all didn't know, I'm gonna reintroduce myself because I see I got about 3,000 more followers. Y'all ain't hear the first story. So that's when you create that brand authority at, man. I hope that helps you.
What is my lead magnet going to be? If you don't have an offer, you can get a lead magnet, and then you can use that lead magnet to later on y'all building your offer. But you want to always start out and building your customer list. Customer list is they're buying people customer list. You got a customer list with 2K. So I heard people my DM go, you want to sell $1,800 for emails? Are you kidding me? They buy customer list. So it's very important for a lead magnet. That's how you get your name, phone number, and addresses for your customers.
So think of a lead magnet like a gas station. So I don't know if y'all all knew, gas stations take a loss when selling gas. So normally they just try to be competitive with their rates. So you might ride in the street and be like, yo, he like 3 cents cheaper. He's taking a 3 cent loss, hoping the fact that you come in and buy his 99-cent bag of chips that cost him 10 cents. So that's his lead magnet is this cheap gas. I'm gonna take a 3 cent loss to make a 75-cent profit down the end of the line, hoping that I convert the sale. So that's how you lead magnet.
Credit, I don't be swiping no debit. Lessons, take what I tell you as blessings. Yeah, check it. We got a book with the blueprint. You can buy that on the website. That's if you want to get your bread right. Yeah. Social, make sure they pay what they owe you. They been sucking this dry like strippers. Charge you interest, dollars dripping. You tripping. If you want to give all your bands up, not me, I'ma get me a land truck. 720, my minimum credit score. If you know what I know, you can better yours. Sure. Financial. Literacy, financial, literacy, financial, literacy, financial, literacy.
Credit, I ain't spending no debit. Wow, that's stupid. Rather get paid if I use it. Financial literacy, my only hope. Ain't living rich and dying broke. So, reward points turn that into cash back. If you don't follow, let me run it back. What we know about credit, man, it's all cap. So, I'ma give it to you with raw facts. Your credit score have you paying a little or hella more. So, if they killing you with the interest, cause the charge-offs and collections is in your best interest. To call B&B, we can fix it.
Financial, literacy, get it. Financial, literacy, financial, literacy, financial, literacy. Take off the derogatories, ain't no leprechaun, I got a pot of glory. I lost some money, a lot of stories. I can tell you my inquiries call me Dory, cause they Nemo, can't find them. All them credit bureaus, I'ma blind them. If he pay the tab, I'm behind him. What's a credit killer? I'ma line him. This for the people that stuck in the trap. Switch the plug, listen, give it up. You killing the wrong people. I'm catching bodies on Fico, it's all legal. I'm giving it raw lethal. Penetrating all these banks, I ball deep them. Credit people all evil. Guessing you trust me, they regular B&B all diesel. Yeah, financial, literacy, financial, literacy, financial, literacy, financial, literacy. Let me give you this game. I ain't spending my money on spending yours. I ain't spending my money on spending yours. I ain't spending my money on spending yours, nigga. Facts. I ain't spending my money on spending yours. I ain't spending my money on spending yours. I ain't spending my money on spending yours, nigga.
Shout out to Recession Proof. Yo, did you know 78% of everybody's credit report got errors on it? Also, did you know, according to 15...
How y'all doing? This is my first time speaking in front of people. My name is Derek. I'm an entrepreneur. I got a few businesses. Real estate, cleaning company, and I just started trucking, and I just met this young lady who's becoming a broker. I'm all over. All right, create your own offer. What problem do you solve? This don't really have nothing to do with my business. This is just me, if you know me in life. The problem I like to solve, my cousin could back me up, is belief. I know a lot of people that I don't believe in themselves. They see me like, damn, D, what you doing? This, that. So I kick it with them, help them believe in themselves. Who do you solve it for? Who can I use as an example? Huh?
Let's go.
Yeah, definitely. We got a friend, Nick. He lost his girl, et cetera, ready to end it all. Whoa, bro, we not doing that. You're a handsome dude, we in the gym. You got your own merch. He sells, what was the name of his?
Broken Heart Equals
Big Gains, right, crazy merch. People who don't believe in self. So basically, people who don't believe in self or have self-doubt. Where are they starting? Before your solution, and how do they feel and what can they do? People who lost faith or health, finance, or just in self. What can they do?
What can't they do?
Or what can't they do? Some people overweight, they feel like, oh man, D man, you just was 235 pounds, now you 210 and only been 30 days. I can't do that. Yes, you can, bro. Just come to the gym with me every morning, 8:30. Don't miss a day. Make sure you skip breakfast because it's a fast workout, etc. You know, just give them tips on what I do. Tell them my story of how I did it. Wham, where we at with it?
Finish.
Yeah, do that for me. Yeah, say it again more.
Where would they finish as a result of your product? How do they feel? What can they do now? Remember, you just told them what they couldn't do before you. After you, what can they do?
As a result of my product, they feel, Nick, what he do? He feel more invincible. He even got a job. Where you work at now? PGW. Yeah. They feel invincible. They feel like Mr. Hill, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And they feel like they 101. How I feel. It's only me.
So based upon your system, what kind of product can you create?
Self-improvement.
Okay, so let me tell you what's happening with him. What he's doing is very powerful. So if somebody's doing real estate, if somebody's doing nutrition, if somebody's doing workout, you're really selling what he's saying. You're just wrapping it up in real estate. That's the vehicle that you're using to help them feel empowered. You're using nutrition to help them believe in themselves and to love themselves. You know, that's what you're using. So the way he's going about this is excellent. You have to know what you're selling. You're not selling a real estate course. You're selling self-esteem wrapped up inside of a real estate course.
For this right now? Am I saying too much?
No. That's what it really is. It's about empowerment. So what is it? You can wrap anything around it. You want to teach them how to work out? That's what I keep hearing you say.
Working out, it started with me. Working out, it helps. I'm not going to teach you. That's his job.
Imagine if you go to start working out and you get a trainer who not only cares about your body, but they care about your mind and your soul. You can now charge a lot more money for that.
Self-development. It's called
Self-development,
self-development.
and he's helping me develop my body. That's how people start creating a lot of money to become celebrity trainers, because they're not just selling the physical, they're selling the emotional.
Right.
So that can be a product.
Self-development.
How will you deliver it?
My story, giving it up. I've been through a lot. I ain't gonna kick it to y'all. It's just be here for another hour.
You got paid for your story?
No doubt.
There you go.
What price? Oh, you know what? So would it be like it could be an 8-week program of working with you. It could be a 4-week program. And the steps you took that young man through, he didn't believe he could. You told him what he needed to do, but you worked on his mind. That might take 4 to 8 weeks. That's your program.
The hustle in me wouldn't even put a price on it. I actually
But you could. But you should.
It's your work.
It's your work.
Your time is your work.
Y'all gotta get out of that mindset.
Yeah, that's
But there's people who don't
How you
care
gonna
about
look
people
at it
charging
is-
way more.
It's really about, like, if you was to work for that hour, had a job, how much would they pay you? Now, 3x that. Because they not never gonna pay you their worth. So if you worked at PGW and they like, okay, we're gonna pay you $25 an hour, then $75 an hour for what you're doing because, and you're doing what you love, so it's easy money. But at the end of the day, you gotta put a price in because people don't pay, they ain't gonna pay attention. If I don't pay, I ain't showing up. Big fact. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
I pay up front, I'm coming.
So I wouldn't put a price on it. I would ask you, what is it worth to you? Now once
No,
Don't do
because they
that.
might say $1.
Yeah, or they might say $10, $20.
then I would
That's
say
all I
this is
got.
not for you then.
There you go. So you have a price. You have a price, so just set your price.
Free version of you won't say it because I don't want to lowball myself.
Hey, well, hey, listen.
All right, what would that number be? Just
Just throw it out, a program like this,
4-week program.
4-week program, something like this. I would have to go see my competitors to see how.
There you go.
Real quick, let me give y'all some sauce.
That's a start.
You need to practice your price in the mirror. And also, because you can't flinch. And also, when you're on the phone, it's something called the pregnant pause. What that means is when we get to the money piece, this 4-week program, it costs $1,500.
Easy.
Shut up. Don't say anything else. It's called the pregnant pause. Now the ball is in their court, and you don't be sitting up there. Well, you don't know, because you know what's going through their mind after you did the call right. It's like, dang, what I gotta move around. So you don't want to interrupt them trying to figure out how they can pay you. It's called the pregnant pause. Please write that down. And what happens is when you're on the phone and you're in person, you make them feel uncomfortable. They're like, oh snap, they waiting on me to give them an answer. Right. You have to practice your price. You gotta believe my price is $1,500. And I'm
So real quick, man, I want to answer that too. Another reason why people are scared to put a price behind things is because you never paid that price. So pay the price that you want to get paid. That's going to be the easiest way for you to get over the fact that everybody has to pay. They're paying for something. At the end of the day, why not pay for you in that journey and that story that you put out there? But it's going to be hard to ask for somebody for money that you never paid.
Big fact.
So go out there and become a customer so that you can become a person that starts selling.
Big fact. That's a big gym, guys. That's a very big.
what kind of lead magnet will you create?
What's the freebie?
That's the part I didn't bring.
To get my phone number, to get my
Get on
man.
your list.
What you gonna give me for me to give you my man? For me to get your funnel. Why should I get your funnel?
What's your issues?
You gotta search that out. You know, I might not be a target market. You know what I mean? But if
Let me go
then
think
you
about
buy
Chat GPT, type in like 6 workouts, like 3 workouts that I can do, and be like, yo, here go my leg, chest, and back day for free. I'm gonna send this to you. This all in.
There it is.
But I need that information. That information tickles them down to a funnel.
See less.
Man.
My name's Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Agent. You usually ask me how I'm feeling. I tell them like Tony Tiger, so free. So the product, services, property management. In terms of the first question you asked, what problem do you solve? I give landlords time back. In terms of how do you describe it, pretty much I got it down to where people want to focus on other things, income, family. The person I'm looking for is a person that is, in the sense of starting out, they feel overwhelmed, don't know what to do, what's the process. They want to passive income, but there's so much that's going on, they're just overwhelmed and feeling stressed. That's where you're starting at. In terms of what's the end result, the end result is they want to go buy more. And so they realize it's so much easy, like, hold on, now I got this. I'm secure enough to go get this because I know somebody's going to take care of it. Based on the system, Vision product systems.
We in the cypher, yo. We in the cypher tonight. You gotta be a dope entrepreneur to rock the mic. Know what's your name?
So go to FICO Father on Instagram, and then click see more. There's gonna be a link, and you're gonna see this is a WhatsApp chat. So what I did is I got my own free community. So you see how everybody's doing text blasts and they're paying? You can make your own community and you don't pay nothing. And now the greatest part about it is nobody knows who's in your group, so nobody can steal your leads. So you get to see how many people you have there, but nobody knows who the hell those people are. And they can't write back. So if they want to write back, they have to private message you. So now they're not spamming your chat. You see what I'm saying? Like in Telegram and anything else. So if y'all click on it, what I did is this is how I'm getting people in there. I'll give them the first letter to respond to debt collectors. It's only third-party debt collectors, and it's only FDCPA claims. So if it's a business debt that a third party bought, you're not protected under that claim. A lot of people don't know that. That's why you gotta make sure when you're PGing that you pay that business, because they could go after you. So basically, once they click there, I don't even have to do no talking whatsoever. They just go to the description, and y'all got already the letter to respond if you guys have a debt collector on your credit report. But it has to be third party, meaning they sold the debt to somebody else. So I give that game for free. Then I also tell them, if you want to really put fire behind that, 90% or more of the debt collectors will waive the debt and remove it in 4 days sometimes. And you don't have to use who I use. You guys could go find your own attorney to do what's called a demand letter. All of that I gave for free. But guess what? I got their number. So now when I go live on IG, I'm going to be like, yo, hop on, I'm on IG live. Right? And then what I'm looking to do from there is do one Zoom free. Like I got people that are doing, I got Asset, he just came into the back, he's also RPX. He's doing every Sunday. JJ, he's with Runway Billionaire, he's doing every Sunday. You got Prada Jones in the New Jersey chapter, killing it. He's making like 20-something thousand on Discord, off of $47 a month. Why? Because they're constant every week. So if you guys are not posting every week, you're dropping the ball. I just made almost $50,000 January and February. You gotta go live. You guys are not going live enough. Even me, I was like, man, I don't want to go live. But you know what? You gotta go live. I have a live here that if y'all DM me, I'll give it to y'all for free. It was me, Sheeta, Pushman, Mitch, Tevin. It was like 7 of us, and we gave nothing but game for like 3 hours and a half. And then she didn't do live. Prada didn't do live. Tevin and Brandon didn't do live. They're all making $100,000. And I told them, y'all gotta go live. And then I was the last one to really start pushing it. And look, I'm just take off. So please go live. Don't be scared. No matter if it's only 4 people watching, 5 people watching. What last motivated me, JJ, that's in Runway. I'd be going on his lives and I'd be like, 8 people, 5 people. He's making 10 bands a month. And I'm like, damn, I gotta start going live. I made almost 50,000 January, February. Today, I was in Cherry Hill, $4,500 in one day I made. Did a pledge loan and sold an AU. Why? Because I'm going live. Let's go. You gotta go live. Let's go. Let's One more. So you see when he was talking about the DTI, write this down.
Hold on.
This is Red Goose song.
This is underwriter information. Uh-oh, here we go. Got him out. Y'all gotta make sure your debt to income ratio is at least 30%. So if you have too much debt, that's when they hit you with the insufficient income. Because you put in too low because of the debt you got. So before you go apply, if you're getting a car, any kind of loan, right? So this is specifically for loans. You need to look at all your total payments on your credit report. And you gotta look how much you put in for monthly income and divide it and see where you're at. And then you gotta look at what you're trying to acquire. Now you gotta put that into the algorithm. And you gotta make sure that is 30%. Now if you hit 30% there, you're done. You're gonna get approved. And the higher your score is, the less they're gonna ask for docs. You like 800, they're not asking for docs. I got people that are getting approved for 100,000 like that. Why? The score and the whole profile. So don't just focus on score, also make sure you structure right. And I'll leave you guys with this because I see too many people, they get the bag and then they can't get no more.
Fumble the bag.
Right? So one thing that's hurting you guys is you're maxing out. So I would say is go get as many loans as you can in that 1 week period before they hit the report. I don't give a hell. I'll go apply for 3 in every single bureau. Right? And then when you get all that money, give them back 75%. Now, when you 6 months later, you want to get something else, they're going to be like, oh, he already paid off 75% of it. So they're going to approve you. Most of y'all going up back in 4, 5, 6 months, and they're like, you owe 95% of the loan. Why
y'all catch that?
So that's what's hitting you when it comes to the underwriter. And then the other thing is like, don't wait till last minute to open your LLC. If your credit's bad, you should, or even if it's good, you got to open your LLC today if you don't have one. And if you tell me you got one, go get another one. If you tell me you got 2, go get 3. Because each LLC, when they're 2 years old, they're minimum $250. in funding. So you're
They ain't even hear that. They ain't even hear it.
and when you put the debt in the business, you get to hide it and you can keep on getting more. And your average age doesn't go down because you're applying on the business side. So also write this down. Don't get TD Bank business card. Don't get Capital One business card. And don't get Discover business card because it'll show up on your personal. I had another guy, he's like, man, I don't want to pay that off because that's my working capital. I said, well, you got the wrong business card from the beginning. So now he's applying, deny. Then the other thing that's denying us is the tier 4 banks. I had a guy in RPX in Texas. He had an 800 score and he applied 10 banks, 9 denied him. So you stop putting the credit one and the self-lending, the kickoff. That was the thing back then. Now take advantage of the pledge loan. That's what I'm running. And then that also helps your utilization on the loan side. Everybody talks about utilization on the credit card, but nobody's talking about the loan side. When you go get that pledge loan and you go, let's say, get one for $50,000 and you pay it down like I do to, let's say, less than $100 and you set it up on $1 a month, now you got that showing 99% paid off. So all those other loans that you owe maybe 90 or 95%, that you owe maybe 10,000, 20,000 because you just got that 50, it's gonna start balancing it out, and now you're more than 50% paid off overall, and now you're not getting flagged. So take advantage of the pledge loans, and if you don't got no loans, get the pledge loan. You're gonna spend less than $100 on interest.
Real quick, give him the pledge loan real quick. Go ahead, give him the pledge loan.
That's long. If y'all can't get into Navy Federal, you can go to PenFed. They're gonna make you wait 30 days.
Let's go.
30 days.
Let's go.
Do not do Key Bank, because they will not give you your money back until you pay it in full. So stay away from Key Bank.
Let's go.
You can go to Andrews, DCU.
Let's go.
And what I do is I go get the pledge loan, and before I get it, I ask them, will you guys give me the money back as I pay it down? If they don't, then I'm not getting it, right? You also got to look out that it doesn't shorten it too short, because there's a credit union in Utah. They just ran the play, and it shortened the 60 months to 6 months. We don't want that. We want to keep it open as much as you can.
72 months. So this is the piggyback. So the reason why we're doing that is to reach that 10 accounts minimum. Remember, you gotta have a mixed account. So you could go 3. You see, he just gave you 3. Navy Fed, that's 2 right there. But you putting your money in, but you're getting it right back. So now you already have a positive account, and it's going to report. But if you go 72 months.
And you want to spread it out like he was saying with the different banks, because now you're building a relationship with multiple banks. So now you can hit them for the money, them for the money, them for the money.
You blow it, there's fire. You see the fire? Let's go.
No. One more. So you see when he was talking about the DTI, write this down.
Hold on.
This is Rand Gusson. This is underwriter information. Here we go. Got him out. Y'all gotta make sure your debt to income ratio is at least 30%. So if you have too much debt, that's when they hit you with the insufficient income, because you put in too low because of the debt you got. So before you go apply, if you're getting a car, any kind of loan, right? This is specifically for loans. You need to look at all your total payments on your credit report, and you gotta look how much you put in for monthly income, and divide it and see where you're at. And then you got to look at what you're trying to acquire. Now you got to put that into the algorithm. And you got to make sure that that is 30%. Now if you hit 30% there, you're done. You're going to get approved. And the higher your score is, the less they're going to ask for docs. You like 800, they're not asking for docs. I got people that are getting approved for 100,000 like that. Why? The score and the whole profile. So don't just focus on the score. Also make sure you structure right. And I'll leave you guys with this, because I see too many people, they get the bag, and then they can't get no more.
Fumble the bag.
Right? So one thing that's hurting you guys is you're maxing out. So I would say is go get as many loans as you can in that 1 week period before they hit the report. I don't give a hell. I'll go apply for 3 in every single bureau. Right? And then when you get all that money, give them back 75%. Now, when you 6 months later, you want to get something else, they're going to be like, oh, he already paid off 75% of it. So they're going to approve you. Most of you are going up back in 4, 5, 6 months, and they're like, you owe 95% of the loan. Why y'all catch that? So that's what's hitting you when it comes to the underwriter. And then the other thing is, like, don't wait till last minute to open your LLC. If your credit's bad, you should, or even if it's good, you got to open your LLC today if you don't have one. And if you tell me you got one, go get another one. If you tell me you got 2, go get 3. Because each LLC, when they're 2 years old, they're minimum $250 in funding. So you're waiting till last minute.
They even hear that. They even hear it.
And when
you put the debt in the business, you get to hide it and you can keep on getting more. And your average age doesn't go down because you're applying on the business side. So also write this down. Don't get TD Bank business card. Don't get Capital One business card. And don't get Discover business card because it'll show up on your personal. I had another guy, he's like, man, I don't want to pay that off because that's my working capital. I said, well, you got the wrong business card from the beginning. So now he's applying, deny. Then the other thing that's denying us is the tier 4 banks. I had a guy in RPX in Texas. He had an 800 score and he applied 10 banks, 9 denied him. So you stop putting the credit one and the self-lending, the kickoff. That was the thing back then. Now take advantage of the pledge loan. That's what I'm running. And then that also helps your utilization on the loan side. Everybody talks about utilization on the credit card, but nobody's talking about the loan side. When you go get that pledge loan and you go, let's say, get one for $50,000 and you pay it down like I do to, let's say, less than $100 and you set up on $1 a month, now you got that showing 99% paid off. So all those other loans that you owe maybe 90 or 95%, that you owe maybe 10,000, 20,000 because you just got that 50, is gonna start balancing it out, and now you're more than 50% paid off overall, and now you're not getting flagged. So take advantage of the pledge loans, and if you don't got no loans, get the pledge loan. You're gonna spend less than $100 on interest.
Real quick, give him the pledge loan real quick. Go ahead, give him the pledge loan.
If y'all can't get into Navy Federal, you can go to PenFed. They're gonna make you wait 30 days.
Let's
Money
go.
back in your account 30 days.
Let's go.
Do not do Key Bank, because they will not give you your money back until you pay it in full. So stay away from Key Bank.
Let's go.
You can go to Andrews, DCU.
Let's go.
And what I do is I go get the pledge loan, and before I get it, I ask them, will you guys give me the money back as I pay it down? If they don't, then I'm not getting it, right? You also gotta look out that it doesn't shorten it too short, because there's a credit union in Utah, they just ran the play, and it's shortened the 60 months to 6 months. We don't want that. We want to keep it open as much as you can.
72 months. So there's just to piggyback. So the reason why we're doing that is to reach that 10 accounts minimum. Remember, you gotta have a mixed account. So you could go 3. You see, he just gave you 3. Navy Fed, Penn, that's 2 right there. But you putting your money in, but you're getting it right back. So now you already have a positive account, and it's going to report if you go 72 months.
And you want to spread it out like he was saying with the different banks, because now you're building a relationship with multiple banks. So now you can hit them for the money, them for the money, them for the money.
He blowing us fire. You see the fire? Let's go.
We're gonna do this Apollo style. So by round of applause, I want y'all to tell me who you are. You know what I mean? We'll start with FICO.
No, it's good. Now fight with that ball.
Sean, y'all, Sean McGill.
Let's go. But y'all, we gonna pick them up. Site to win. Oh, okay. We go as a fight.
After they have been doing all that hard work back there, so introduce yourselves again.
Devon Olson, the treasurer, PA chapter.
And I am Jamela Bishop, the secretary. Ready to win the tickets. So who ready? Y'all got y'all tickets out? I don't see a whole lot of red. Everybody got their tickets? All right, let's do it. And the first winner is 542110. 542110.
They left?
Somebody got their ticket out? Somebody got their ticket out? Oh, what's going twice?
Gotta be here.
Still checking. Oh, I was about to say,
Turn it off.
okay, 542110.
Going what?
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Come on up.
Come on.
542-110.
543.
Give me that Sonny camera over there.
Oh, wait.
This is a microphone.
I gotta move that.
A green screen.
I gotta move that, boy.
Alright, that's a podcast microphone now. Well, if you like karaoke, you might want the green screen. It could be different people.
Green light.
No, you might want the ring light. What is that? You can't go wrong with the ring light. Okay.
All right, so we ready? 5, 4, 2, 0, 4, 8.
Right here.
What we got over here?
Microphone and a green screen.
What we got?
Microphone and a blue and a green screen. Podcast microphone, blue and a green screen.
Guess I was gonna give this away for somebody that was new.
Okay. Many times. And I would love to give this microphone to her to help empower her with her online show, her in-person show, and her podcast. So Ms. Zarina Lomax, come on, girl.
You know her, yeah.
Here. What about the sign?
Thank you.
Oh, and then Lonnie. Make sure you get a picture with Lonnie.
Okay.
Come on, Lonnie.
Come on, son. Thank you. See how I'm Lord now.
All praises.
Great job. Thank you for the wonderful.
I'm broken. I need a new one. Guys, we in.
No. I opened it with
Hold on, let me make sure I look good. Hold on.
Another RPE event. Hey, if y'all not here, man, I don't know where y'all at, man. This is epic right here, man. It's all financial literacy. We ain't out here selling no ass. We ain't selling crack. We out here learning and educating our minds. Click the link in the bio if y'all want to be a part of something legendary. Not extra, not fake, something legendary. Look at this. Look at this. All financial literacy. Look at the queen right here. Let's go! That's the queen secretary of the chapter. She helped put this thing together. Tap in. How?